This is Jason Coker, President of Wisconsin Evolution. I'm here today with my Director of Training, Erick Vigansky. We're actually wrapping up day 5 of our camp and wanted to get a chance to sit down and let some of these folks in our community learn a little bit more about you and what's going on in your world and our world. So kind of to start off with, I wanted to get an opportunity to let you explain, how did you ever get started with the game of basketball?
Ooh. The long version of the short version. No, I started with the game of basketball. That's actually a very personal story.
Okay.
I was actually born, when I was born, in my crib in the hospital. My dad actually put up a ball above my crib and put a basket at the end hanging there, and I was born into it. You know, we didn't have a family of athletes. We didn't have a family of basketball players at all.
But you have a tall family.
I do have a very tall family. We have some of the genes for it, but not as much natural athleticism, I guess you could say. And so that's kind of the way we talk about it in the family. This is how it started. But truly, the passion started playing against my brothers. I had 4 brothers, 2 of which I played very often when I was younger. And, you know, we would just play a lot in the back. And, you know, playing against my brother Justin, he would beat me, and I'll never forget the very first time I beat him, and that just lit the fuel even more. And
game on,
exactly,
right?
Yeah, it's like, I can do this, And yeah, it just, those type of things, they carry you and push you to do more and more and more.
Okay.
So had a good success at the middle school level with a lot of my friends over at St. Mary's with CYO, loved it there, and you know, continued to grow at Tremper, where you know I developed a little bit more as a shooter. You know, growing up, I didn't really, you know, I had forward spin on my shot. You know, I'd kind of fall over my feet. I'd get hurt all the time.
Okay.
And yeah, so I developed a few skills at Tremper, primarily being a shooter, and that carried me through into college. I played at a Division III school out in New York, a place called Clarkson University. And we had some success there my freshman and senior seasons. And that was, again, a whole other learning curve. As many high school athletes will tell you, going into college, no matter what level it is, it's a completely different level. And yeah, I was a very late bloomer. You know, I've always worked really hard. I put in a ton of extra time. But I wasn't necessarily working on the right things. You know, at that point in time, not having the basketball support group growing up with my family and things, and really having it be something that was my own, it's really been kind of a self-evolving process.
Okay.
So it's like, I was growing up, you know, I have this family where I have a 7-foot tall brother, I have a 6-foot, 10-foot brother. It's like, all right, I'm going to be in the post. You know, I'm going to back people down. I'm going to do these things.
I was going to say, were you always kind of the taller player?
Yes.
Going up in middle school and high school? Okay.
Yeah, I was always one of the taller ones. And so, of course, hey, you're big, get us easy points, rebound the basketball.
Yep.
But you want to play in college, you want to play professionally, if you're 6'4",
you're a point guard.
you're a shooting guard, point guard, combo guard. Or if you're huge, you know, really big, then maybe you can play a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was a very late bloomer, and so I was fortunate and blessed enough to get my foot in the door in Europe. My college coach helped me get into a lower league in Spain.
Okay.
So I played for a club called Club Baloncesto Amineca, which is right on the southern coast of Spain, and beautiful life. You know, it was
must
great.
have been horrible.
Oh, it was amazing. We had. So we had a lot of great experiences there, and got to start a little bit more with my coaching there as well.
Okay.
And continued my evolution as a player. Improved my ball handling, got my shooting better. After that year, didn't return because the club went under, coach had to leave.
Okay.
So I had another opportunity to come up in Denmark. And so in Denmark there, I stayed with the club in Haderslev for 3 years, 4.5 years, where we won each year in a row. So we went from 3rd to 2nd to 1st division, finished top 4. And again, after that, some people left the club. and I decided to continue my journey as well, and
Okay.
moved into to a different club. And at this point in time, I evolved from this 2 guard to that started playing point guard, and then all of a sudden at the club I had to play the 4 and the 5.
Well, at least you were
So,
versatile.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I became very, very efficient with a lot of different parts of my game.
Okay.
But during that summer where I made that club switch is when I started having some injury issues. And some of the last year that I played professionally was 13, 14.
Okay.
And it was a great experience because I played with a lot of great players, and they really showed me the level that you need to be at. And again, you play with guys that are just hitting 9 to 10, 10 to 10 from college 3 and NBA 3 every single day, the entire season. You're like, well, realistically, they're better than me.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I get better?
How do you get-
Yeah,
you gotta
exactly.
get there.
It serves that inspiration. It's those moments that are going to make you or break you.
Okay.
And you choose to accept the challenge, and then it's grinding it out and figure out how to do the next thing. And so now I'm at a stage where I'm healthy again, and I'll be in England again this year playing while studying to get my master's. And so yeah, basketball has done a lot. So that's kind of the long short version.
Yeah, that's a
That's
unique
a lot.
that's a unique path, but
Yeah.
again, I think that's part of the reason that you were so appealing for evolution in our program. I wanted to kind of dial back to something you said earlier, kind of point this out. It sounded like you were a player that had the passion,
Oh yeah.
but didn't
Oh, yeah.
have the direction.
Right,
Okay,
right. Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
right on the nose, hit the nail
Okay,
on the head.
okay.
I love the game. I was the kid I was the gym rat. I was in
Yeah.
there during lunch shooting 30, 40 minutes at a time. I was there 2 hours before shooting.
Okay.
I was doing all these things, and waking up 6, 7 a.m., getting extra shots, like always doing all the work. But again, necessarily not working on the right things.
Okay. So to kind of progress, looking back at your path of basketball and life, I mean, it's taken you all over the globe.
Yeah.
At this point, what does basketball really mean to you?
What does basketball mean to me? Well, basketball for me right now, at this stage, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. How far? I'm 31 years old. How far am I going to be able to get to the point where I want to be able to be at?
Okay.
And so that's what it is. It's a big challenge for me, and it's also a way for me to see different pieces of me that I didn't know were there necessarily. I've always believed I could get to a very high level, but to go through the emotional ups and downs of injuries and skill progressions and club changes and things, it makes you put things. It allows you to see things in life and just kind of relax a little bit more. It's helped teach me a little bit more emotional control, as well. I
You're
don't get as
maturing.
frustrated. Yeah, I'm getting older as well. That also happens. So
Yeah. So how did you hear about Wisconsin Evolution?
So I heard that from my buddy, actually, Adam Kepelauskas. He talked to me. He said that you were starting up the program, and I had no idea who you were or what the program was about.
Yep.
And I was over at, I think it was Dave that introduced us.
Yep.
A mutual friend of ours, Dave, introduced us, and we got to talking, and we hit it off with the way we were thinking, and the rest is history. Yeah.
So to kind of elaborate on that, what about it through our conversations, or about what evolution stands for? What decided you to hitch your ladder to us? Because you didn't have to. You could have done nothing. You could have gone elsewhere. You had a variety of options.
The fact that you guys want to be at a very high level. I
Yeah.
mean, it's that simple. No one goes out and says, "Hey, let's make Division I athletes. Let's go make Division I scholarship players."
Yeah.
Or scholarship, like even Division II, Division III. There's that mentality hasn't been here.
Yeah.
The city is traditionally football, baseball.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of their talent, a lot of the talent pool, athletic pool, they go there first. And so the fact that a club is trying to get a basketball focus where that is actually a priority, that's very appealing for me. I mean, because that's my passion that I love to share. So if I can help people out with what I do,